Hello my dear students, I am Dr. Geeta Mathur. Welcome to my channel, and in this channel I am going to teach you mathematics and science. So in my last video I talked about the rational numbers of class 8 including ICSE and CBSE board. So I had given you an introduction about different types of numbers, like what are natural numbers, what are whole numbers, what are integers, and what are rational numbers. So those who have not gone through the video, you can kindly go through the first, second and the third part, okay? And you can understand the basic concepts of this chapter, and let's move ahead now. So what is a rational number? A rational number is a number that can be expressed in the form p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and p and q are integers. Q is not equal to 0 means that denominator should not be equal to 0. It can have any value other than 0. Whereas numerator can have a 0 as a value. Okay. So any number that can be expressed in the form p by q is a rational number. Now when can you say that a rational number is in the standard form? So let's take an example to understand this. 3 upon 5. Now is this a rational number? Yes, 3 upon 5 is a rational number because 3 and 5, we can write this number. This is a positive integer and this is again a positive integer. And this fraction is expressed in the form p by q, and q is not equal to 0. So this is a rational number. Now my question is that is this rational number in the standard form? So we have to first of all write the factors of 3. What are the factors of 3? The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. Write the factors of 5. Factors of 5 are 1 and 5. Right? So we can see that in both the factors only 1 is the common factor out of the two factors. Right? So a rational number is said to be in the standard form if p and q have no common factors other than 1. So we can see here that only 1 is the common factor here. So 3 upon 5 is in the standard form. Okay. Now let's take another example. 50 upon minus 25. So 50 is a positive integer and minus 25 is a negative integer. So both are integers and this is written in the p by q form. Now is it the standard form? So to understand whether the rational number is in the standard form or not, you just write the factors of both p and q. Okay. So the factors of 50 are 1, 2, 5, 10 and 50. Okay. And the factors of 25 are 1, 5 and the number itself, which is 25. Now by looking at the factors carefully, you can see that they have 1 and 5 as the common factor. Right? So what was the definition of the rational number to be in the standard form? If they have no common factors other than 1, then only we can say that rational number is in the standard form. But here there are more factors other than 1. 5 is also a common factor. So it is not the standard form. Okay. So we have to make this rational number in the standard form. How will we do that? Just simplify this number. 50 upon minus 25. Simplify it. Cancel out 50 and 25 by 5. 5 5s are 25 and 5 10s are 50. Again you cancel out 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5. So this 50 upon minus 25 becomes minus 2 upon 1. Right? It is minus 2. So when it is minus 2, it is understood that in the denominator it is actually 1. So now this can be expressed in the form p by q, where q is not equal to 0 and this is the simplest form. So now this number 50 upon minus 25, we've converted it into a standard form which is minus 2 upon 1. Okay, both are rational numbers but this is the standard one. This is the standard form of the rational number. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now the second point is that q is positive. For example, 3 upon minus 5. Now this is, we can say 3 upon 5 is, both the numbers have only 1 as a common factor. But here I have written minus in the denominator. So never ever put minus in the denominator. You have to write this rational number in the standard form. So put this minus sign in the numerator, or you can write in between 3 and 5. So this minus 5 can be written as minus 3 upon 5. Both are same, but the way of writing is different. So this is the standard form. Okay. So when can you say a rational number is said to be in the standard form? The first point is that P and Q have no common factors other than 1, and second point is Q is positive. Then only you can say that a standard form is in the standard form. Okay, the rational number is in the standard form. Okay, one more thing I would like to share with you is that these two numbers 3 and 5, when they have 1 as a common factor, then these numbers are known as co-prime numbers, also called co-prime numbers. Okay, so these numbers 3 and 5 are co-prime because they have only 1 as a common factor. Okay, so I hope I have made myself clear. So now let's move ahead. Coming on to the properties of rational numbers. So basically there are 4 properties of rational number. First is closure property, second is commutative, third is associative, and fourth one is distributive. Okay. Now let's discuss each property here. So now as we know that in mathematics we have 4 operations that we are studying in mathematics: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So all these 4 operations we are going to study in all the 4 properties. Okay. So about addition. What is a closure property when we are adding something? What we are adding? Let's say that we have A and B as rational numbers. They are 2 numbers and both the numbers are rational numbers. So what closure property says is that if the 2 numbers are rational, then their sum will also be a rational number. Okay. For example, if 2 upon 3 and minus 3 upon 1 both are rational numbers, right? If you add this 2 by 3 plus minus 3 upon 1, what you get? Plus minus minus, open the bracket. See, whenever a number is in negative sign, whenever a number has a negative sign, always put it in the bracket. Okay? Then you open the bracket, plus minus minus. Now this is a rational number, this is a rational, just take the LCM. So LCM of 3 and 1 is 3. 3 1s are 3 and 1 2s are 2. Minus 1 3s are 3, 3 3s are 9. So 2 minus 9 is minus 7 upon 3. So when you add these two rational numbers, the answer that you are going to get, minus 7 upon 3, again is a rational number. Okay. So we can say that rational numbers are closed for addition. Okay. Now let's move on to the next operation, which is subtraction. So similarly, if A and B are the 2 rational numbers, then if you subtract A and B, the answer that we get will also be a rational number. Okay. So now for example, we have taken A as 2 by 3, A as 2 by 3 and B as minus 3 by 1. Okay. So let's take the same numbers here. You just subtract these 2 numbers. 2 upon 3 minus 3 upon 1. Again this number is in negative sign, so you just put it in the bracket and then open the bracket. So this minus minus becomes plus. So again taking the LCM, it becomes 2 plus 9. 9 plus 2 is 11 upon 3. Now A minus B, which is 11 upon 3, is again a rational number. So we can say that rational numbers are closed under subtraction or for subtraction. Okay. Now talking about the third operation, which is multiplication. Again, if A and B are 2 rational numbers, then A into B is also a rational number. Now you multiply these 2 numbers, 2 upon 3 into minus 3 upon 1. 3 gets cancelled out. You get minus 1 into 2, which is minus 2. So minus 2 is also a rational number. Right? Now coming on to division. A upon B is not always a rational number. If the two numbers, for example, are 1 and 0, okay, and you just divide the numbers, 1 and 0 both are rational numbers, just divide them. So 1 upon 0 will be what? It will be undefined. Okay, there should not be any 0 in the denominator, because if you put 0 in the denominator, it will be undefined. So this is not a rational number. Okay, so out of the two numbers, if one number is 0, then division is not, it is the rational numbers are not closed under division. Okay, so if the two numbers are non-zero, then division is closed. But if one of the number is 0, then you can say that rational numbers are not closed for division. Okay. Now moving to the second property, which is commutative property. So what is commutative property? If A and B are two rational numbers, then A plus B will be equal to B plus A. Okay, so here order of the numbers does not matter. Whether you do A plus B or you do B plus A, the answer will be the same. Okay, so we can say that rational numbers are closed, rational numbers are commutative for addition. But when you subtract these two numbers, you cannot say A minus B is equal to B minus A. So for subtraction, we will say A minus B is not equal to B minus A. So let's check it out whether this is right or not. Assume A to be 2, B to be 3. Now you do A minus B. So A minus B will be what? 2 minus 3. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Now you do B minus A. B minus A is 3 minus 2, which is 1. So you can see that minus 1 and 1 both are unequal. So here we can say that rational numbers are not commutative for subtraction. That is why I have put cross here. Okay. Moving on to the multiplication operation. If A and B are two rational numbers, A into B will be equal to B into A. Whether you multiply 2 into 3 or you multiply 3 into 2, the answer will be the same. Okay. So we can say that rational numbers are commutative for multiplication. I have put right here. Now coming on to the division, A upon B will not be equal to B upon A. So let's check it out. A is equal to 1. Let A, we are supposing A to be 1, B to be 2. Okay. So 1 upon 2, matlab A upon B will be equal to what? 0.5. Whereas B upon A will be 2 upon 1. So there is a difference between 0.5 and 2 upon 1. Both are different numbers. Okay. So we can say here that rational numbers are not commutative for division. Right. So in both the properties closure and commutative, we have taken two rational numbers A, B, A, B. Now coming on to the third property, which is associative. In associative and distributive property, we are going to take three rational numbers. So let's suppose A, B, C are three rational numbers. So what does addition say about it? That A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. We are adding A plus B first, and in the second case we are adding B plus C first. So again, order of the addition does not matter, the answer will be the same. Okay. So for example, suppose A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to minus 3. Now you do left hand side, A plus B plus C. 1 plus 2 plus C is minus 3. So whatever number, if the number is in negative, you always put it in the bracket. Now after putting it in the bracket, you can see that there is a plus sign here and there is a minus sign here. So two signs before a number, it is not possible. You have to open that bracket. So plus minus becomes minus, and you open this bracket, 1 plus 2 becomes 3. So 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. So while solving the left hand side, you get answer as 0. Now you do A plus B plus C, this right hand side. Okay, you put the values 1 plus 2 plus minus 3. So plus minus becomes minus. Now you have to solve this bracket first, b plus c. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1 and 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0. So you can see in both the cases the answer is 0. So order of the numbers does not matter when you are adding the numbers. Okay, whether you add a plus b plus c, initially you are adding a plus b first, and then in the second case you are adding b plus c first. Okay, so the answer would be the same in both the cases. So here we can say that the rational numbers are closed, the rational numbers are associative for the addition. Okay. Now similarly for subtraction, again a minus b minus c will not be equal to a minus b minus c. You can take any example, you can choose any number as a, b, c. Okay. So here we have taken a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to minus 3. You solve left hand side here and solve right hand side here. So here you are solving a minus b bracket first. So 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Okay. Plus minus minus plus 3. So it becomes 2 here. Now this is the left hand side. This is the left hand side. And this is the right hand side. You can see 1 minus 2 minus minus 3. So you are putting minus 3 in bracket. Now open the bracket. Minus minus become plus. So it becomes 2 plus 3. So 1 minus 5 is minus 4. So you can see that here we are getting 2 as the answer and here we are getting minus 4 as the answer. So both the answers are different. Right? So we can say that a minus b minus c is not equal to a minus b minus c. So the rational numbers are not associative for subtraction. Okay? Order does matter here in the subtraction. Okay? Now coming on to the multiplication, a into b into c will be equal to a into b into c. Now you are multiplying a into b first in this left hand side, and on the right hand side you can see that you can multiply b into c first. So here also order does not matter. If you multiply 2 into 3 into 1, you get 6. And if you multiply 2 into 3 into 1, solving the later bracket first, then you will get answer as 6 only in both the cases. So we can say that rational numbers are associative for multiplication. Okay. Now coming on to the division part, a divided by b divided by c is not equal to a divided by b divided by c. You can put the values 1 divided by 2 divided by minus 3 is 1 upon 2 divided by minus 3. You just change the sign of division here, just put the sign of multiplication and reciprocate this number. So minus 3 becomes 1 upon minus 3, right? So it becomes 1 ones are 1 divided by 2 into 3 is 6 with minus sign over here. So answer is minus 1 by 6. Now if you are solving right hand side, a divided by b divided by c means you are solving b divided by c first. So 1 divided by 2 divided by minus 3 is 2 upon minus 3. So 1 you just put multiply instead of divide and reciprocate this number. You get 1 into minus 3 upon 2. Now it becomes minus 3 into 1 is minus 3 divided by 2. So here you are getting minus 1 upon 6. Here you are getting minus 3 upon 2. So in both the cases answers are different. Right? So here also we can say that rational numbers are not associative for division. Okay. Now coming on to the last property, which is distributive property. So distributive also you are taking three rational numbers. Okay. And what is distributive property? Like you have to put a into b plus c. This bracket sign means multiplication. So now you have to open the bracket. A into b plus a into c. And if you put subtraction over here, a into b minus c, then it becomes a into b minus a into c. So in both the cases you can see that you are opening up the bracket. First you are multiplying a with the b and then you are multiplying a with the c with this sign. A into b plus a into c. And here you are multiplying a into b and then a into c with this sign, negative sign. Okay, so this is how these numbers are distributive. You are distributing the numbers. Okay,